What's up, everybody? It's Dr. Kashidi Long, the physician gardener, and today we're going to do some garden chores. It is May 10th, Saturday, May 10th, I think, and there's been a lot of growth in the garden, so it needs some tidying up, and we need to plant a few things. So let me take you along and show you what's going on. So this beautiful bushy thing here, this is sage. I planted a piece of another sage plant like last year, and this year this is what it came back as. It is full, it is bushy. I'm going to harvest some of that and hang it to dry. Not a lot to do right here. I have some squash plants planted and like butternut, and I put some coselle seeds right there. They have not come up yet. These are volunteer potatoes, so I guess I forgot to harvest some at some point, so I just let them do whatever. And then there's a yellow squash right there, nasturtiums for pest control. This is my sweet pea trellis situation. As you can see, I got a few peas coming in, but they have reached the top of the wire. So I'm going to string some more wire from this pole to that pole to give them space to continue climbing up. Back here, I don't really have anything major to do. The corn is doing fine. There's some other peas back here that I'm just letting climb wherever they may. And yeah, so nothing much right there. These are carrots I planted in the fall. I'm pretty sure that there's no actual like carrot root down there, and it's just the greenery taking over. This was supposed to be my brassica bed, but I didn't get things planted out early enough, so I don't think I'm going to get any cabbage, cauliflower, or broccoli. The broccolini already went to seed, or it went to flower, so I pulled it out. The kale I think will do fine, but the rest of it I don't think is going to do anything, so I have to come up with something else to plant in this bed. Got some arugula right here doing fine. This is oregano, and I am going to harvest this and try and make some oregano oil. So I'll let you guys know when I do that. This chamomile, this German chamomile, is doing fine. I've gotten a couple flowers off of it, so I'll just keep an eye on that. All the garlic that I planted on this side is pretty much gone, except for these two. So we'll see if I end up getting any actual garlic bulbs. The onions seem like they're doing fine, way better than the garlic anyways. So I'll let them do what they do. Nothing really to do for the things in pots, except I'm gonna add some fertilizer to them and maybe top off the soil on a couple. The pots over here, same deal. This is just a bunch of flowers. It was a pollinator mix, I think, that I got from Dollar Tree. So flowers, raspberries, potatoes. The corn seeds that I planted with y'all are fine. Mustard greens doing fine. More onions. And then I have some collards and sunflowers and calendula planted down there. The dill is holding up okay. That's some more chamomile. You can see some little flower buds on that. Over here is probably my fullest bed at this point. So this is where I planted all my tomatoes and a bunch of root crops. So tomatoes, basil, some lettuce mixed in. This bushy stuff in the middle is turnip greens because I planted turnip seeds. There's some carrots right there. Let's see what else we got. Over here we have tiny little beets, which I don't feel like have grown that much, and I don't know why, because they popped out before the carrots did, but the carrots seem to be growing more than the beets. So if you know the answer to that, let me know in the comments. And then of course we have some more tomatoes because I planted like 8 varieties of tomatoes. Basil. I had to get some hot pepper seedlings, so those are jalapenos. I started some from seed and they just didn't make it. So I stopped by a local store and got that little 3-pack for $3, and I'll just have to try again next year with the seeds. All my bell pepper plants are doing great, and I need to plant some marigold seeds because it's been cold some nights and I don't think the ones that I got like that, and because they all look like they're in distress. And last year my marigolds lasted all season, so obviously I planted them out too early this year. This is a close-up on my sunflower calendula patch. They're not that big yet, but I'm sure they'll get there. Um, let's see what else we got. Oh, this is the biggest collard plant. This is the one that survived from being started inside. These are some seeds I planted about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. So right there and right there. Celery that I planted, 2 months ago? It's just not really growing. Once again, don't know why. And then this is dill. I planted the dill by the cucumbers to help keep pests away. I don't know how long it's gonna last. And yeah. Alrighty, so I am done in the garden for today. I raised up the sweet pea trellis. I put some fertilizer down. I also strung up the tomatoes, and so I will just train them up these pieces of twine. And then I also thinned out the tomatoes. And so the ones that I thinned, I put into individual pots right here. They look really sad now, but 50-50 chance they will perk up and become new tomato plants. And I think, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I felt really bad just throwing them away. So hopefully somebody wants some tomato plants and I can give them to a friend, or maybe my mom will take them. I don't know. So we'll see. And then I also planted the pepper plants. So there's 1, 2, and 3. I feel like I did something else, but I just be out here doing stuff. So that's all for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there's something else you'd like to know more about, and I'll see you next time.